Hey, Janelle, you should introduce yourself.
All right. Well, today I'm Janelle Monáe, also known as Dirty Computer, also known as a free ass motherfucker.
Ooh, I love it. I love it. I'm here for
Monáe
it.
is back on the cruise show.
Yes, honey.
What's up, y'all? How y'all doing?
Really good. How are you?
I'm so great. I'm so thankful. I'm so excited.
Yeah, you're doing well. I can see it on your face.
Looking well.
There's an aura. There's
an aura.
Beautiful aura.
There is a vibe.
Wirelessly connected to all things great.
Yo, okay, so we got to talk about the music. Let's get to it. Dirty Computer is officially out. Congratulations.
Yes.
Thank you.
This little
Thank
Dirty
you.
Computer is officially out.
Yeah, man.
Feels
It's
good,
out.
huh?
It feels incredible. I worked my ass off, for the album.
Sure.
Emotionally, physically.
Yeah.
And I'm just so thankful to finally to be able to give something that is very near and dear to my heart.
Sure.
A gift to you guys. And
Sure.
I hope that you all accept it.
Oh,
Yeah,
I love
absolutely,
that.
with open arms.
Yes.
When artists say, I've worked my ass off for this project, in quick detail, what does that mean, working your ass off for this project? Sleepless nights?
Well, doing an album, doing anything that you feel called to do and is coming from your heart, and I'll just speak for myself, but it was important for me to be even more vulnerable, even more honest.
Really?
And through that journey is not always easy. Being vulnerable, being honest, being free is can be difficult and challenging at times.
And being yourself could be difficult and challenging at times as well.
Well, trying to articulate that on an album can be difficult. There's a balance. It still needs to resonate with you, but at the same time, with those who are listening. But I knew that I was supposed to make this album before I released my first album, The Archandroid. So I was, just waiting on this idea's time to arrive.
Sure. How close was Prince to this project?
Oh, wow. Yeah.
And if that's too heavy to answer, I understand.
Yeah. I can speak briefly about it, but he was a mentor to me, and I would always call him, whenever I had an artistic direction that I may have been unsure about, or
You had a
when I was trying to
on speed dial.
Yeah. How dope is that? That was dope.
Yeah, it was a blessing, and it was difficult. I stopped recording, when he passed on to another frequency, because it was just hard to. It was hard not being able to pick up the phone or email and say, "Hey, what do you think?" I mean, with this concept album and with everything I'm trying to do, if anyone, would understand me, I knew that it would be him. And he was he never allowed his mystery to get in the way of his mentoring. Yeah. So I try to honor him as much as I possibly can. Whenever I possibly can.
Yeah, I saw that in a caption on your Instagram. And I know that's tough because, when he's no longer here, and you almost mourn it like a family member, right? And you feel that there is a void there?
Yeah. Yeah, it's still, day by day, but I always say he lives. He's done so much to inspire not just me, but so many artists, and his music, has been the glue to keep us all jamming over these decades. And I think his work will always keep him living. He just went to a different frequency.
That's right. That's right. Janelle Monáe is here. Dirty Computer,
yes,
the album,
I
the
love
project, the tour in Los Angeles. June 28th, I believe.
Yes, I will be here. I am so excited, man.
Visuals and concepts are almost like tattoos, right? They're forever.
Oh yeah.
They're forever.
Your work outlives you.
Absolutely. So you have to make sure that the visuals and concepts are something that you're going to be happy with from years on out, right?
Yeah, man. I care deeply about details and experiences. I think I care too damn much.
Is that right?
Yeah, that's
That
why.
causes overthinking, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But I think that's why
details
I'm
is what makes the project though too. The details is what separates you from the other artists.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
that part.
Yes.
That part. Hey.
Yeah. I just grew up like being a little girl and loving Michael Jackson's Moonwalker, loving the experience that we got when it came on TV, and when I had the VHS tape. When I got old enough to see, and I saw Purple Rain, when I looked at Missy Elliott videos, thinking about David Bowie's vision in the films he was in.
Sure.
I love experiences, and doing it in my unique way.
What inspires the visuals? I know that you grew up watching these legends, right? But is there something in you that you have to pull from?
Sure. I mean, I think with this particular project, every project that I do, it comes from a very authentic space.
I'm making my way into the vagina pants. I'm trying to walk towards the vagina
can't
pants.
wait, girl, to talk to you about those vagina pants.
I'm trying to be smart about it.
You want to talk about them pants
I can
so
easily
bad.
No, let's talk about them.
I can easily just say, hey, what's good with those vagina pants?
You know what? People call them vagina pants. Some people call them vulva pants. Some people call them flowers. Pussy pants. I mean, you name it.
You like that?
I think what you're probably getting at is that I love celebrating women. I love celebrating us. I love our uniqueness, and I love when we come together and we create this magical, picture for everybody to see and have. And in particular, as a Black woman, I wanted to showcase a lot of Black girl magic in that video. And as you notice, like I have on the pants. Yeah. There are some girls who have on pants that look different from each other's pants, and there's some women who don't have on pants at all. So I tried to be as inclusive as I possibly could when it comes to women, but it's difficult, man. We are some very intricate, nuanced human beings, and as much as I am a woman with a vagina, I'm proud of it. It's a lot of people trying to police it.
You should.
Being a woman.
It's a beautiful thing.
But I understand that not every woman, has a vagina.
But where did that idea come from? Like, where were you at that? You were like, yo, I'm gonna make these vagina pads. Tell me about that moment.
Yeah,
was it after a wax?
Oh my God!
I don't do waxes. I don't do waxes. No, they're too painful. I don't have time for that. It was just. I don't like to beat people over the head with everything. I love being playful in the way that I approach things. I love symbolism. I love mysticism. I love being as creative as possible when I'm talking about certain topics. And I just want to celebrate us, those who may not have vaginas. And just the word pink is spelled with a Y, so it's something different. It's not what you think. And also, pink is the color of our brains, our hearts. We are all connected, whether we want to believe it or not.
Absolutely.
I love that.
Yes, we are, man.
Very beautiful.
Would you say we are one?
Absolutely, we are one. Even the people that I dislike in this country.
Yeah.
They're a part of humanity, just like I'm a part of humanity. Yeah.
You have spoken about this before recently, about Kanye and his tweets. More tweets have came out. Are you keeping up, or did you just say, okay, I'm unfollowing? He lost, I think, over 2 million followers because of his rants. Did you unfollow? Are you keeping up with his tweets?
I haven't. I've been, in dirty computer mode.
Sure.
But I think I'd like to say this, I come from love. I try not to listen to things to just respond or clap back, but really listen to understand. And I think that we just have to be patient with each other. Yeah. I don't agree, and I've been very vocal about that. I'm a free thinker, and here's a free thought. I think that if free thinking is rooted in the oppression of minorities, of Black people, of the LGBTQIA people, of immigrants, of women, then I don't fuck with your free thoughts. I just think that there has to be some balance. I mean, slave masters also thought freely. And where did we get with that? So we have to really think about who we're endorsing. We have to really think about what it means to freely think if it's if it's at the expense of the oppressed.
Janelle Monáe is here.
Beautifully said.
Janelle, who decides when an artist is a genius? Does the artist decide that? Do fans decide
Some
that?
artists do.
Does time decide that?
Some artists do, and I think that's a really slippery slope. It's a bad place to be. I think narcissism is a disease that can ruin an artist's career when they're so self-indulgent and they think that they're living in a bubble and living in their own world, and they'll have people around them to check their asses. I think that's what we're kind of seeing in a lot of things, especially when you have online. You can see when somebody is full of themselves. So I never would proclaim to be a genius or anything. I'm just happy, to have the support and love, and people could say I don't exist, and then I won't exist. We don't exist unless we say we exist. That's just my philosophy.
Isn't that what Ye is doing now? He's telling people that he exists.
Yeah, he does exist.
But he's shoving it down, people's throats.
I don't know. I wish I could, I'm not close to him, so I can't, but I love him. I pray for him. And I hope that, he's able to listen to a lot more people's perspectives around this issue.
Sure.
Yeah.
Congratulations on the Rolling Stone article.
Thank you.
Whoa.
Thank you.
Whoa. I say congratulations because you, little lady, have some big balls.
I wear them proudly.
She's going to put her vagina pants on right now. Remind you she got a vagina.
No, but it takes balls, man. It takes balls. I think it takes a lot of courage. Which is, I think, a good thing and a bad thing, because it shouldn't take courage to say who you are. I don't, I think you should just be able to say it freely, like I can say whatever about myself, about who I am.
Sure.
Why do you have to, come out, I guess, in a sense, or why do you have to explain yourself? You don't have to.
No, I totally don't, and I believe in doing things, when it's right for you,
Sure.
according to my soul clock, according to my inner compass. I don't move when people tell me to move. But I think I felt a deep responsibility, especially, when you have the leader of the free world and their vice president talking about conversion therapy, demonizing the LGBTQ IA community, my brothers and sisters. If you strip away Janelle Monáe as the artist, I'm a Black, queer American woman. And I grew up to working class parents, and I just thought it was really important to say that and be very clear about where I stand on these issues and say that I'm proud of who I am, hopefully so that young girls and boys who are having a difficult time coming to understand their sexuality,
Sure.
or growing up in families who use religion, use the Bible as a whip,
Yep.
to keep them from loving their unique selves. Hopefully it helps them not feel so alone. Hopefully they feel seen, they feel heard. And that was most important to me, over how uncomfortable it may be or annoying when, you read certain headlines about it or people only want to talk about that. It's more important to help those who have it more difficult, and don't have that support system like I do. I have a great support system.
That's good. That's
I
very
think through that
important.
article you help them feel represented.
I hope
And
so.
that's
Sure.
very
That
important
matters.
right
Way to
there.
put it.
Yes.
Yes, absolutely.
Representation does matter. It really does
It
matter.
really does. It really
Yeah.
does. And so many people feel that they are not represented the right way because
Or that
of
somebody
whatever the
doesn't
media
speak on their
tells us.
behalf.
Yeah.
Because you have a voice where there's thousands that don't.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I will say this. I'm no hero. I also think that I cannot speak on everybody's behalf because everyone's
course.
path
Of
is
course.
totally different. I'll make mistakes. I might use the wrong language around, a set group of people, and maybe someone may be offended. So I have to just speak honestly to who I am. This is a personal journey and experience, and something that I hope, because I'm walking in my truth, will help others walk more in their truth.
Dirty Computer is out. Stream it, buy it, get it, listen
Get it.
to it, get
Thank
involved
you.
with it.
And
Absolutely,
watch
absolutely.
the emotion picture.
Watch the emotion picture.
Because some people may call it, a short film or a
Sure.
visual album. But I think that once you watch the emotion picture, which is almost 50 minutes of visuals, and it's a story that's set in the near future.
Yep.
It deals with a totalitarian society where they are trying to cleanse dirty computers, those who are in marginalized groups. And I think when you watch that and you listen to the album, you'll get the world of Dirty Computer, and hopefully, I hope that you're even more inspired.
Oh, that's going to be nice. Let me tell you what I'm inspired by when I saw Hidden Figures. I was
Oh,
so excited.
thank you.
I love that movie.
Great
Thank you for
job.
going to support it.
Oh, yes.
Thank you guys.
absolutely.
Great job.
Well, here's the thing. That story needed to be told,
Amen.
So how was it on set there?
Oh, it was incredible. I love my sisters Taraji, P. Henson, Octavia Spencer, Kevin Costner. It was
It was electric,
It was
right?
a stellar cast,
Yeah.
and that was only my second movie because I had done Moonlight, and I went straight into Hidden Figures, and I was a little nervous. I was like, "Oh my gosh, I'm like the freshman coming in," or you
No,
know,
you did your thing.
I was
Yes.
very nervous, so I worked hard. Like I was over prepared. I was like, I'm gonna know all of my lines 2 weeks before it's time to show up.
Yes.
Like I was very much so, and not just because I was the newbie of the group, but because I wanted to do my best to honor these women. Like these women are American heroes.
Yes,
Straight
they
up.
are.
If it were not for these black women and all the women who helped get America into space, we wouldn't have that to say. John Glenn got to space because of these women's calculations, their genius, their hard work. And so I wanted to make sure nobody else,
were you
didn't know about
any
it.
of them or their families or anything?
I met their families.
You did?
Yeah,
Okay.
I met Mary Jackson's family, and she was so cold and so like cool and badass. She took a step down, like she was this engineer, and she stepped down from that position and went to go work in human resources, and she went to go fight for minorities and women to have more opportunities at NASA. She hacked into the computer and like found out, the hiring ratio in men to women, and she fought for these women to get hired, more women to get hired.
Dirty Computer is out. Get that. The tour is on its way. For those who may not understand what a pansexual is, can you define that?
It depends.
Does it have a definition?
Yeah. I mean, I think it's just for me. I can just speak for myself. Everyone has their own definition.
Sure.
But pansexuality deals with you seeing someone, their spirit first, and not saying, hey, you are defined by this label or this label, so I can't love you. It's seeing their spirit, being connected to who their essence is, despite what gender they may be.
So falling for their spirit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because some say it's bisexual.
It
It
could
can be, I guess.
It
It's
could.
a branch of.
Yeah, it can be a branch of that. But I mean, I think that everybody has to define that on their own terms. And I will say that I'm still learning. Excuse me. I'm still learning, about myself.
Sure.
I'm keeping my mind open. Again, I'm a free ass motherfucker, and
right.
I define I define who I am on my own terms.
Now Monáe is here.
Yes!
Woo!
Spring break!
Spring break.
Spring break. Cover girl, actress,
Yes.
producer,
Does it all.
friend,
Y'all are so sweet.
beautiful.
Liar.
No, beautiful.
You're a liar?
Sometimes Cruz could be, I'm just saying.
We all have to lie a little bit.
A little bit, right? A little bit.
It's the last lie you
bothered
told
No,
me.
I don't lie.
You were happy to see me?
You know what? You might be right. No. I got a lot of myself to tell I was telling you, I've just been promoting so much.
Yeah.
And I said, I'm tired, but I'm inspired.
Yep.
Yeah. So I have to tell myself, Janelle, stay inspired. Don't be tired. Because
Yeah,
I be
yeah.
tired as fuck.
Tired as fuck, right? Yeah. But when you're
Yeah.
tired, that's when you got to dig in for that.
Yeah, you got to
inspiration
dig
be
in,
like,
man.
I'm
You got to
tired
go
for a
hard.
reason.
Absolutely.
And you got to welcome
Tired,
it. Man.
but inspired.
Yep. Bill Cosby has been found guilty.
Oh, my God, yes.
3 counts of aggravated assault. He's facing 10 years in jail.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that just broke.
It just broke.
Wow.
Yeah.
I
What do
did
you
not
think?
know that.
Your opinion.
I did not read the verdict. As a human being, I think that it is wrong to take advantage of women. It's wrong to sexually harass, sexually assault, rape, or to abuse your power.
Yeah.
With women at the expense of women, and I stand with the women. I feel sorry for his family who has to go through this. I don't know him personally. Obviously, The Cosby Show was a huge inspiration to me growing up, and I found great inspiration and value. Or I feel like I learned a lot about myself as a young Black woman watching those characters or those women on the show. So I'm thankful, for The Cosby Show. But I think that the abuse of power has, you have a price to pay when you do that.
Yeah.
And I'll say that, and I say that with love.
Straight up, yeah. Janelle Monáe, you know what I like what you did on your album? You went from Brian Wilson to Pharrell. Love that.
Thank you. I love both of them.
Right?
Man,
Both
the Beach
musically,
Boys,
yeah.
when I tell you, like, it was just an honor and a privilege to get Brian Wilson on the album. And Pharrell, I grew up, listening to all of his music, and NERD changed my life.
Yeah.
They helped me really just get comfortable with creating my own sound
You
and
want to see
being
them live?
cool
I can
with.
give you tickets to Powerhouse.
Oh my gosh! Please!
I can possibly get
I
you
want to
backstage,
give you
but
their
let me chat
album
first.
is one
I'll
of like
chat.
my favorite albums of
If you got the tickets,
last
would
year.
you go for reals?
Hell yeah!
Oh, man, we making
Wait.
that work right now. Hold on.
Yes.
Do you love free stuff?
It depends, man. I'm trying to. I give a lot. I kind of re-gift my free stuff. stuff.
You re-gift
I give it, yeah.
That's okay,
Because
I'll
my
do that
family,
too.
if I tell some of them
do
who
that as
haven't
well.
traveled, I love them so much because I'm from Kansas City and Kansas. I'm like a little small town. If I tell some of them like this came from LA or something, and some of them haven't been, and I love it so much because when I say it and I send it, they're like, wow, this came from Hollywood. And so,
How
yes,
cute
give me
is
some
that,
free
though?
stuff so I can give to my
Yes.
lovely family.
But you know what? Even if it's free, it just feels good because they appreciate it. You know?
Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely. They appreciate it. I appreciate music and I love
Sure.
concerts. So
Yeah. On your off time, who do you lurk on the gram?
on the ground, who I'm lurking on.
Yeah. Who do you lurk on? It's okay.
Let me
Great
see.
question.
You know
all
what?
lurk.
I want to know that.
You can get. It's crazy how you can go to one page and then you go all in their family's page. You get there and you like, well, who is that? Oh,
And
that's
then
that
you're-
person.
then you're in
and
their
then
page
you
about
so deep.
180 weeks in.
You feel invested, right? You're like, oh my gosh, oh they must have broke up then because I didn't see them right there.
Because I don't
Oh,
see her in the
wow.
pictures right now anymore.
Yeah, they not in the photos. So I go all over. But I try to, you know what, man, I try to stay offline. I have to really like consciously do it though.
Why is it toxic?
It's
for
too
you?
much. It can be too much. I think balance. You have to have balance in all things, and I think the internet is another world. There's reality,
Crazy. World.
and there is a lot of made up things on the internet, and not to say that can't bubble over into our like us right now. And then I just think it's important to have that human to human contact as much as possible because I was starting to have social anxiety when I was texting so much and like being online. It's just important to tell yourself like don't wake up and grab your phone the first thing in the morning. Pray, get yourself together, meditate, whatever it is that makes you, feel rooted and strong and peaceful. Because the internet can fuck your whole day up.
Oh, it really
What?
can.
Fuck
Yeah.
your whole life up.
You get about 50 emails or business emails and everybody. It's just like you got to have your energy right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you're in your phone, the world disappears for a second, which is not necessarily
Yeah.
a good thing, right?
I mean, but I went on vacation. I was gone for a whole week.
I'm
I didn't
jealous.
have no
I need
cell
a
phone for a whole
vacation.
week. And guess what? That was the happiest I was
Yeah.
ever in a long time.
You were engaged with whoever. Did you go by
I
yourself or you went with friends or
camping
loved ones?
With
Yeah.
nature, but I was the happiest at that moment. But you
Yeah.
know why? Because I didn't have my phone.
You didn't have your
you
phone.
go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Some
real.
fools need to go to jail for a few months. Drop that phone. Put that phone away.
No, nobody needs to go to jail. Don't wish that on nobody. Shoot.
Now you can sneak in a phone though. So
Yeah,
somebody
let's not
was,
talk
about that.
Somebody was on
That's
IG
true, right?
Live with us straight from their cell.
Yes.
That's crazy.
Isn't that crazy?
Hey, they're people. People in jail are people. They're human beings.
Yes, they are. Yeah. You ever been locked up? You never been locked up.
Oh my gosh. Yes, I actually have.
You have been locked up.
One time for about 3 hours.
For what? Spring break?
Driving somebody's car that didn't have the proper insurance and tags.
Were you
This
like,
is-
officer, I swear this isn't my car?
He didn't want to hear it.
He didn't want to hear it.
No, he did not want to hear it. And I got, taken to jail. Yep. I'm thankful, though, that they didn't do anything crazy to me.
Well, 3 hours, right? I mean, it's,
Well, I'm just saying, like, if you've been watching, like, all this shit, the way women and minorities have been treated by certain officers, not all officers.
sure.
It's just the abuse of power. And I could have been just like a Sandra Bland. I could have been like
been a
our young
victim.
lady at the Waffle House. Like, man, it saddens me. And I just, I really do hope that we can really stop the abusers of power and send a message that it is not okay to handle human beings when they're being arrested in the way that we've been seeing online.
Hmm. I love your opinions. I love your thoughts on things.
Thank you. I try when I can.
Yeah.
I'm off sometimes, but
No, hey.
It comes from a place of love, and you can tell that right away.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
comes
Thank
from a place
you.
of love.
y'all
And-
got good vibes here.
Yes.
And I think being great, which I think you are, I think you have to be willing to be wrong every once in a while.
Absolutely.
You know?
Yeah.
Janelle Monáe, we celebrate the album. Congratulations, the tour. Again, you should be able to win your tickets on Power 106, Mo. So we should be able to do that. You feel me? Dirty computer, get it.
Thank
Janelle
you so much,
Monáe.
brother. You're such a sweetheart, and you too. Thank you
Thank
so much
you,
for having me.
yes.
Vibes. It's the Cruise Show. Power 106, #1 for hip hop. Janelle Monáe.
Let's do it. Awesome.